safety around here. So, can you guys see this white line that is coming across the room? Perfect. That is our safety line. If I could ask everyone, if you just make sure you're behind that white line throughout the show. Exactly, perfect. Yes, that would be absolutely splendid. So, there will no be loud or sudden noises throughout the show. The loudest thing you'll be able to hear is just my voice over the microphone. There may be some lighting changes throughout the show, but I will let everyone know before this happens. Just some dimming of the lights right here at the front. If we can make sure this middle aisle is free at the back there, just in case we have any latecomers coming in, or just in case someone wants to leave early. That's fine. I won't be offended if anyone wants to leave a little bit early. Yes, and lastly, and not least, I am a trained professional, believe it or not, so please, nobody try this at home. Great stuff. So, the other day, I was looking through our storage room, and I was just trying to find a pair of flasks, and I didn't find the flask, but what I did find was, well, even cooler. It was this really old book, and it was covered in dust, covered in cobwebs, and it caught my eye, so I brought it in here to show you guys today. So, my book right here is, well, very dusty. Let's just, that's been in the storage room for quite a long time, I imagine. So, but as I was flipping through it, I noticed that this book was full of old potion recipes. And the only problem is, some of these ingredients are rather strange, like this one needs an eye of a newt. And, this one needs some liquid lizard guts. That's what I thought when I saw it. And, this one needs a feather of a phoenix. Now, I don't think I've got any of this here at my lab. Unless any of you happen to have an eye of a newt in your back pocket. Eye of a newt? No? Anyone? No? Oh, well, don't worry. Oh, well, maybe. Well, if you ever find one, you gotta let me know. But instead of using some of these odd ingredients, I thought that we can substitute them for a bit of chemicals. And, hopefully learn a little bit about chemical reactions along the way. So, let's have a look. What potions can we recreate? Yes, this one right here. So, this is called a rainbow blaze, and the instructions tell me, mix fireflies and jojo berries, set alight and watch red flames rise. Then try again with some frog tears, and a new colour will blaze before your eyes. Now, I definitely don't have any frog tears, and I don't even know how you would get them. They definitely don't sell that down at Tesco, for sure. But instead of that, I have sprinkled some metal salts here in these little cauldrons, because I know when burned, different metal salts will burn a different colour, depending on how much energy they're releasing. And as well as my metal salts, this potion does say a rainbow blaze, and blaze to me sounds a lot like fire. So that is going to be our main ingredient of the day, fire. So, as well as these little metal salts, I have just poured some fire gel inside. That just helps us out with our main ingredient. So, in this one right here, I have a metal salt called lithium chloride. And in this one, I have another salt called copper chloride. Now, I do want to hear everybody's guesses to what colour you think my lithium chloride is going to burn. If you have any guesses, just shout them out. I want to hear them all. Some greens, some blues, some reds, some yellows, some whites, pinks. Ooh, wow. Should we find out? I thought so. So, I will be dimming the lights in a minute, but before, can you guys see these little metal spirals coming down the side of my cauldron? Great. So, what that is going to do, that is just going to be able to guide the air around us. And it's going to suck in all this cold air at the bottom, guiding it round and round and round. What that's going to do is allow my fire to dance a little bit like a fire tornado. So, I am just going to bring down the lights here at the front, just a slight lighting change, a nice deep blue hue. So, just like that, perfect. So, I've heard some great guesses. We've had some greens, some reds, some blues, purples, pinks, everything. Oh, of course, indigo as well. So, let's find out. Gonna grab this little wooden stick right here, and then adding the fire to the end of it. All I have to do after that, once it catches fire, if it wants to catch fire, there we go. Just dipping that into the cauldron, right into that fire gel. There we have it. We can see some flames peeking out at the top, but as soon as I pop this little cylinder on, that's going to trap the air inside, allowing it to rise. That's being like a fire tornado. Exactly, wow! So yes, there are some shoots of a beautiful red colour, because my lithium chloride does indeed burn red. So, the longer we leave it, the more chance it gets to go and burn the salt. So, we'll leave this dancing around for a bit, to keep an eye out for any red colour, because then we'll come through. It is a little bit orange at the top, isn't it? Yes. Oh, we can keep seeing those rainbow, the red shoots coming through. Yeah. So, now, our copper chloride. Once again, what colour do you think our copper chloride is going to burn? Some pink or blues. Oh, indigo again. Nice. Red. Okay. Well, let's find out. Oh, I wish. Oh, we got some fans of indigo here, don't we? So, adding again our main ingredient, the fire. Just like that. And once again into our cauldron. Green! Yes, indeed! So, let's see this fire rise. Once again. There we go. So as it's rising, it's going to burn a little bit into our salts. And as we saw before, our copper chloride does indeed burn green. It is a different colour because it's a different metal salt. So, as we're waiting for this one to grab some more green of that copper chloride, let's take a look at my lithium. So, we can see now that this is more of a lovely red hue, all thanks to our lithium chloride there. So, have we all heard of the fire triangle before? Oh. So, our fire triangle is our 3 ingredients we need to create fire. That is oxygen, some heat and some fuel. We have all of those at the moment, but when I pop this metal plate on top, what that does is starts the fire of some oxygen, and the flames go out, just like that. Exactly, absolutely. Yes, so yes, with water that gets rid of the heat, but here I've got rid of the oxygen instead. So yes, our copper chloride, there is a lot of green at the bottom, but I'm not sure if it's wanting to come through, but yes, copper chloride burns a very beautiful green. So once again, removing the oxygen from that triangle, and we no longer have a fire. Perfect. So, no fire. So, oh, I'm so glad that didn't happen, yes. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring up the lights once again to how it was before. So, bringing that back up. Perfect. I mean, that was a lot of fun. But I think we have some more time for more potions. So, let's have a look through. What one should we do? I'm thinking, yes, this one right here. So our next potion today is going to be our invisibility potion. So these instructions read, is it clear? Are you sure? Give the flask a shake. What are you waiting for? Inside is honey water, marshmallow root and blue sand. Now, let the potion of invisibility take command. So, I do have a little secret to admit to you guys. When I saw that book, I got too excited and I actually already started playing around with this invisibility potion. I know. And, well, actually, I managed to turn it invisible already. Do you want to see? I thought so. So let me just grab it. It's just under here. Wait, go. Yeah, can you not see it? No, that's that's good, because it is supposed to be invisible. So, but let me maybe get a bit closer. Can you? No? Well, that's because there's actually nothing in my hands. I got you guys. But I do actually have an invisibility potion this time, not a trick. So, yeah. So, my potion here is actually a real invisibility potion. And it doesn't look like much right now, but before I started playing around with it, it actually was a really vibrant blue colour. But all of a sudden it just kind of disappeared. But it does say here in my book that it is reversible, and all I have to do is give it a little shake. So let's see if we can get this colour back to its original state. Just by giving it a little shake, hopefully, you can see this pretty blue colour once again. There we go. It is back and brighter than ever. So, I will actually come down and show you the real potion this time. So, as you can see, this was once invisible, but now it's a lovely blue colour. Well, yes, it is going to turn invisible. Do you want to know why? So, in here, I added a lovely liquid called potassium hydroxide. Along with that, a little sprinkle of something called glucose, a little bit like sugar. And then lastly, a few drops of something called methylene blue. Now, who here wants to take a completely wild, completely random guess to what colour methylene blue is? Blue. Absolutely, yes, it's blue. Now, this glucose is acting as a reducing agent, meaning it is eating away all the oxygen inside this glass, and hence the colour. It's actually happening right now. There we have it. It is now invisible. It's now a colourless liquid. All that colour is gone. So, now this has happened because our glucose, like I said, acted as a reducing agent. So, as it eats away the oxygen in the glass, it also strips away all that colour. But because it is reversible, when I shake it, I reintroduce all that oxygen from the bubbles that have been shook into it, and hence the colour comes back brighter than ever. So, you can't see the blue colour anymore because it's now invisible. So, let's have a little look at another potion, because that was rather cool. And I have actually saved the best potion till last. And this is my favourite, and I'm hoping it's your favourite too. So, it's going to be called a catalyst cloud. And it says, in the cauldron, mix some moon dew and flubberworm foam. I know. And then from the apothecary, add any colour you choose. Once you're ready, add some hedgehog elixir, stand back and watch the catalyst cloud ooze. Nice. So, I have actually done a little bit of prep beforehand. So, everything here I need for this next potion. So, in this flask I have another colourless liquid. This one is called some hydrogen peroxide. Now, the chemical symbol for hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. Sounds quite similar to something that I feel like some of you may have heard of before, something called H2O. Who here knows what H2O is? Water, absolutely. So, our H2O is water, but add extra oxygen, that's when you get some hydrogen peroxide. Now that extra oxygen does make this liquid rather unstable, because all it wants to do is get rid of that extra oxygen and become water once again. And well, actually, this reaction is happening right now. So yeah, that is going to take a while. But don't worry, I'm not going to have you guys sit here for hours and hours just staring at a flask. So what I plan to do instead is add something here. This is called a catalyst. Now, a catalyst is something that you can add into a chemical reaction which speeds it up without changing its final result. But even if I add this in there right now, that's still not going to give me that cloud-like effect that I'm looking for. So, to conquer this, I've got some liquid soap, some just ordinary dish soap, because I know bubbles are great at capturing oxygen. So, adding in a dollop of this washing up liquid, that's going to solve our problem. And finally, it does say here that, well, if I want, I can add any colour. And I want to add some colour. So, let's add some colour. Right, so, before I hear all of your suggestions of what colour, I have a lovely set of colours here, but I just can't decide. So, before you guys guess, what I'm planning to do is I'm going to name each colour, and when I get to the colour you guys want, just pop up your hand and I'll try to go with majority. So, hands up for a blue cloud. Okay. What about a green cloud? Nice. Okay. Purple. Okay. What about a pink? Nice. Okay. And then orange. Oh, not so popular orange. What about yellow? No. Oh, yellow is rather popular. I think I can't decide between either purple or yellow. So, guys, hands up for purple. Yellow. Purple. Yellow. Purple. Yellow. Purple. Yellow. Purple. Yellow. There we go. I do actually think that was a purple cloud. But all colours are gorgeous by themselves, and either way it's going to be such a cool experiment. So, adding a few of these drops to this potion, and then we'll be ready to go. Lovely stuff. So, let's get this out of the way. It is turning purple, absolutely. So, right, when I now add this catalyst, this reaction is going to happen rather quickly. So, let's get ready in 3, 2, 1. Pour that in. There we have it. We have a very gorgeous catalyst cloud, and it's still growing. Oh my goodness. Nice. Guys, can you see all this steam that's coming up from the top? Yeah. Well, that's because this chemical reaction just had an exothermic reaction, which means, absolutely, it means it releases a lot of heat as it's really reacting. And now, we have a rather jiggly, warm cloud. Absolutely. Yes, it's a little bit yellow around the sides, and that is because of our exothermic reaction. It got so hot within that flask that it did kind of change its colour slightly. But that does, unfortunately, bring us to the end of our show. So, oh, hello, lovely. So, yes, that does bring us to the end of our show. So, what did we learn today? We learned that our different metal salts will burn a different colour depending on how much energy has been released. And over here, we have a invisibility potion where we learned that glucose was acting as a reducing agent, eating away all of the colour, and hence it, yeah. And then over here we learnt what a catalyst cloud was, and that a catalyst is something that you can add to speed up the reaction without changing its final result. So, well, thank you everybody for coming to watch. I hope you enjoyed. My name is Erin. Thank you so much.
Tough crowd.